Football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away, and we are underway from Atlanta. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Jihad Ward in on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Ryan. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Started to look like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Here's Ryan. He'll let it go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 35 on 2nd down, Ryan. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Hey, express!
4th down. Here's Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got it, no.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyler Davison breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A punt return of 65 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 20. Two-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a third and long. To throw is Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Lets this one rip toward Graham. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to have the first down past the 20. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson steps away to his left. Pass incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's put
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Draw play. Ingram now. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, it's Freeman. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Ingram. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS. Go, go. Check Mike 45, check. Look, I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Flush to his right. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Hey, 39. It's game situation. Let's go. You look out.
On 1st down, Freeman. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Now it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Wormley, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Ryan. Dancing to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the sack pushes them back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up.
Check it back.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson flushed out right, and now he's going to use his legs. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Set, ready. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Me and you. This is me and you. Deuce. Hey, check 26. Bullet, hot. Go. Rush in. Check.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Oh, you got deep?
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown taking it in. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, and even better run for big yardage.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The throw over the middle, taken in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pick up there.
Hey, 218, top. Ready, set.
They'll run on first down. It's Freeman looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop. Looking to throw on second down. Ryan. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39.
Watch the whip. Take that.
On first down, Freeman. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Hey, wahoo!
On first and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Russell Gage, 28 yards. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege.
He's got a man, complete, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 84 yards, and the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Bravo!
On third down, Ryan. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
61,
and that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. They run, Devontae Freeman. Tackle made there by Josh Bynes.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? From the gun, it's Ryan. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead, and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Ingram again. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. He'll buy some time right. He finds Roberts, complete. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
20! Hey, high 7!
From the 41, Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards the pick up there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Earl Thomas in on the stop.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now with Barner. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kenyon Barner. His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys are able to regain the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Tyler Davison able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. To try again after the sack, Jackson. Being chased out left. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Takk McKinley. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
45. I got you.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long, eluding the pressure right. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight, and this this one is going to be a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
21.
Ryan to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now Brown. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Takk McKinley in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, but now it's 3rd down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful, because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And they take a knee. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And they will take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
65.
Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting strong.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City.
Come on now, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Right. On the arm.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Here we go.
Wide, get wide.
Jackson now, operating from the gun. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. The end result, 21 yards.
Let's go.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Mike, 53.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Jackson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Here's Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And he's got Snead. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Jackson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. And some room to work. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
And he better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Mahomes. That's complete to Robinson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Mahomes eluding the pressure right. This is caught. Watkins. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's a game of 25.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is caught. Kansas City. Demarcus Robinson there to make the grab. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point safely through. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be. The final play of this first quarter. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
He was brought down by Kendall Fuller. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. On the draw, this is Ingram. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Key 8. Yeah, I got you. Switch.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Let's get it. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
4th down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Here a throw taken in by Watkins. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Demarcus Robinson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
Hey, watch it. Shift.
Now it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
57, Mike 57.
On 2nd down now, it's Williams. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And after all that, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Butker able to put this one through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? This will be taken short.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 43. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Three bud.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's now 3rd and 5.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our field.
Hill now to throw. And he's going to let it go deep. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. Well, partner, let's talk Super Bowl. We have to. Before the year, by the way, we made predictions for the Super Bowl. You got one of the teams right. You had Kansas City and New Orleans, but you had the Saints winning. I also had the Saints there, but losing to New England. And now we get a chance to rectify things. So who's going to win the big game, partner?
Well, I think San Francisco wins 35-34. MVP, usually a quarterback. But in this case, we're going to have an upset. Middle linebacker Fred Warner is going to have 13 tackles and an interception return for a touchdown and be the upset MVP winner over Jimmy Garoppolo, because in the Super Bowl, if the quarterback does anything, he wins the award. But this time, the defense, which got them there, is going to take charge, and Fred Warner walks away. Super Bowl MVP, 49ers Super Bowl champions.
Wow, you went above and beyond with great specifics there. I'll be a little bit more general. I'll just say that the Chiefs are going to win by a touchdown, and yes, I'll go with the MVP being number 15, Patrick Mahomes.
And if you're not really rooting in this game, how great a matchup is this?
It's fantastic. Going to be a ton of fun. He wants it all for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. It's complete to Williams. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 21. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. From 21 yards away. The Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Rush coming, and he's taken down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Yellow, 57 color, 57 color. Yellow.
On first down, Mahomes. Robinson's got it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mahomes now on first down. Buying time to his left. And that's caught. It's Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. The point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does it.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
He finds Robinson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is caught by Watkins for a Chief touchdown. Sammy Watkins there to make the grab. And the Chiefs take advantage of the turnover and put up 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to go back to Hollywood there, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Here we go. 53's Mike.
From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
57 Mike.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Again, it's Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, color.
49. Check 49. Check 49. Kill. Okay.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
We got this.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. This will be caught by Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. To throw is Jackson. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Jones, his 2nd sack of the night. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Room past the 20. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he'll finally be taken down at the 29-yard line. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down.
53's mine. Check 53's mine.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And what is going on here? Are they serious? 1st down, and they're in punt formation. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Ravens will take over at their own 20-yard line.
54 Mike.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Jackson going to throw again. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Mike's 5-4.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fan.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Being chased out left. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's Hill. Complete. And he's got Rome. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.